Good morning, Patriots. JT Serenity Farms prepping here. I want a divorce. A national divorce. Seems to be a buzzword lately amongst conservative pundits only, of course, but one that needs to be reconsidered again. Personally, it's secession of a much larger magnitude than, for instance, just Texas seceding from the rest of the United States, or my area of upstate New York seceding, breaking away from the cesspool New York City and Long Island. This is a national secession divorce. This would entail red states becoming a country, so to speak, and blue states becoming a country within one country. And in my opinion, one country hopelessly, politically, ideologically, forever worsening, divided. I see no coming back from where we are right now. I only see it getting worse. So, what would a national divorce entail, and is it even possible? First, I will say why I don't think that it's possible without what I believe is going to happen anyway. Okay, the left, the Democrats, the deep state, the globalists, they are all in on their Great Reset, New World Order, turning the entire globe into a third world shithole run by a cabal of elites. They cannot turn back. They're in too deep. They've invested everything. Basically, since the United States was established, they've been trying to break it back down. Okay? They're in too deep. They can't turn back. It's a lust that they simply cannot control. So with that being said, why would they ever even consider allowing red states to become their own country within their third world shithole cabal? Answer: they won't. They won't allow it. They cannot have anyone free living within their system. It would defeat the purpose of them having collapsed the entire globe. They already have the liberal states under their thumb. They don't need to control them. They're all in with it. So if, for instance, you took all your red states, you know them, how would that actually be determined what's a red state anyway? On prior voting? That changes all the time. On number of Republicans registered versus Democrats, those numbers are no good now with all the cheating and fraud we know the Democrats are committing. So let's just say that there's a way that they've determined what states are red and what states are blue. We will use governors. We'll go from today. So every state with a Republican governor is red, and every state with a Democrat governor is blue. what are those? It'd be best if we just made a line right down the middle of the United States, cutting it in half either vertically or horizontally. But it's not going to work. The libtards have both coasts. That cannot be allowed. Then they would control everything. The ports, the waters. They're not going to share equally when their lust for total control has not been achieved. If we went horizontally, then half a coast on each coast would be red and blue. But it's not going to work like that. Every state is going to remain where it is. It's just that red states will operate as red states under no control of blue states and vice versa. But you have people in each one of those states. My state is huge. Many, many non-tards in this state. But the governor, the Senate, the legislator, it's one-party rule. There would have to be a time period, a grace period, so to speak, where people from both states are allowed to move to a state of their choice. I would move to a red state. Libtards in red states would move to blue states. Millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people. Maybe not that many, because the United States has 330 million. So let's say half of the people in the United States would move. 150 million people. Yee! All right. Now, once red state, blue state has been established, how would that work for interstate travel, interstate commerce, the fuel pipelines? Liberals hate them. Conservatives love them. They got to run through all the states. Can you leave the infrastructure completely as it is, and then just red states govern themselves, blue states govern themselves? You got no say over what I do in my state. It's two separate governments, two separate presidents. Do you grasp how complicated, confusing this would all be? Could it be done at some point? Yeah, it could be done, but as I said, the Democrats, the liberals, they are not going to allow it. They would never go for it. They want total control of all of us and will not end until that's what they have. So with that being said, a national divorce, which I'm okay with, I think that's where we're at. But look at where we're at right now with the jibber jab complications. Liberals aren't going to let you drive through their state. Got to go around. Is that even going to be possible in certain places? Or you're not even going to be allowed in certain states. So both coasts would be off limits to anyone, a real American, a true patriot. So I would like to hear your input on this, because there's a lot of pundits that are talking about a national divorce, but they're not getting into the logistics, the infrastructure, and all that. They're just talking about based on our political and ideological divides, which, yeah, that's a gimme. We already know about those. So that's all I got, but it's popping up more and more. What are your thoughts on it? Because something's got to change. We are on a one-way trip right now, and there's no bottom. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT signing off.